Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we will learn how to pearl knot with silk cord. So this is a silk cord that I actually strung some pearls on. It will come in it's Griffin silk cord and it comes with the needle attached and comes in this package like this, and the thread is woven like this, and this one is number 3 natural silk. So the brand is Griffin, and this is the one that I used here. I took all the cord off, and then there is a needle, that this collapsible needle kind of a thing attached to the thread, so you don't have to do anything. You just take it off and then give it a tight tug like that, so that it loses its um, the memory of this being in the tag. So I have some freshwater pearls. These are about, say, 7 to 6 millimeter, I guess. Let me check. So I had 2 strands, and this is like, yes, this is 6 to 8 millimeter probably. Let me see. Yeah, 6 to 8 millimeter freshwater pearls in an irregular size, kind of potato pearls, whatever you want to call. I have 2 of those strands, and then this is number 3 silk cord, and I have a DC bead. So this came in a strand. I just removed one for this project. I thought this will go really well with the pearl. That's all I have decided. I haven't decided upon the I wanted this to be a long necklace, not a necklace, with some beads hanging in the bottom. This itself is a little bit heavy, so I'm still thinking about whether to use this or to change that. But what I am going to do is I am going to start knotting from the end, so that I can keep this rest of the cord attached to the needle for my next projects if I have leftover cord. So to start with, I need some bead tip. This is called a bead tip or a clamshell, and it has this one has 2 loops, as you can see. Sometimes it has a hook kind of a thing. This is a bead tip that I'm going to use, or it's also called clamshell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end of the silk where there is no needle attached to it, and I'm going to thread in through the loop, the hole in the center of the clamshell or the bead tip. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to insert it here. Okay, and then I'm going to knot. So this is just going to be some overhand knot, just like so. 1, and I'm going to knot 7. So this is just 1 knot. I'm going to make more knots on top of this knot so that it doesn't come off the hole in the bead tip. So I'm making the knot bigger. There we go. So now the bead tip will not come off, but we can also make one more just in case. I think that should be good enough. So I will just drop a glue in it and then close the bead tips if you want to, or leave it like this throughout the project. It's totally up to you. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my first pearl right next to the thing, but you can also make a knot just before the clamshell as well. It's totally up to you though. So I would say it's okay if you want a knot or not, but over here I'm going to make a knot, just an overhand knot. So take the cord, wrap it around your two fingers, make an X, and put this pearl inside the loop and bring it out just like so. Then what you can do is you can take your knotting cord, which is what I'm going to use, and pull this knot all the way to where you want it to be, right next to the pearl, and then keep this cord on top of this V-shaped thing in the knotting cord, and then just move it up towards that delivers the knot where the knot is supposed to be. It's right next to the bead. As you can see, that's a pretty good knot. So you can use a knotting tool, which is from Beadalon. This is the one that I'm using in this in this video. You can also use a bead awl that looks like something like a big needle like this. So this can also be used. Like, let me pull out the next pearl, bring it all the way back down. Okay, as you can see, the knot is not going anywhere. So take it, make a loop, drop your pearl inside the loop, and then you hold the bead awl or the bead awl inside the loop like this, and you pull the thread towards the bead. So this will make sure the knot comes right next to the pearl, and all you can do is just pull it tight, and when it comes out, you can make sure the knot is delivered right next to the pearl. See, there is a little bit of a gap. Let me just redo. So let's do the next one. I still have a little bit of gap, but it is with the silk thread, it's very hard to take it down, so I left it like that. So now I will move the next pearl. So you can see there's a small teeny tiny gap right there. Okay, for me, the best way for silk cord is to use the knotter tool. That's what actually helps me a lot. And that delivers the knot. So as you can see, the knot is not very tight now. Now you can actually manipulate the knot a little bit, take it off, and then redo it if you want to. If you tighten the knot, then it's very hard to do that. There we go. So now I take my next pearl, hi friends, welcome back. I just cut off all the pearls at the end because there was a gap in between the knots, so I put a big knot, and then I added the clamshell right here, and I'm gonna start from the beginning. There we go. Move the pearl right there, go around your finger and drop the pearl into the loop that you created between your finger. Take your knotting tool, put the bead all in it, and then pull this cord. Keep the cord between this V. Now the knot is almost tight, but pull this, keep the tension, and then deliver the knot right there next to the pearl. So for silk thread and pearls, I believe for me, the only thing that is comfortable is not the tweezers, not the regular one with the hand, but the bead knotter tool. So make a loop, drop the pearl inside and hold it, and take the bead all, insert it into the loop. Then you can pull this. Okay, when you're doing this, for me, what is successful is if I do it literally slowly and not just do this, then there will be a gap as well. There's a small gap here, see this? So when I'm doing it, I should be really slow. So I take the knot off again, I put it into the bead all, make it right next to the pearl, and then put it in the V. Just make sure it's right next to it and pull it tightly and deliver the knot right there. As you can see, now it's tight. So this is how I'm going to knot the entire necklace, but I will not do the entire necklace by knotting and then add the pendant. I'm going to do half of the pearl, half of the necklace. I will knot it, then add my pendant, which is right here. And this is a pendant bead that I chose to add. I'm gonna add this and then do some knots and then continue doing the rest of the thing. And I'll show you guys how to finish with the clamshell or bead tip, right? So it's going to be a clasp here at the end and the other end as well. Okay, so let's just continue doing the knots. Bring it around your 3 fingers, take your pearl and put it inside. Take your bead awl or your knotter tool, bead awl knotter tool. Make sure it's really tight. Keep the cord on top of the V and just pull it and deliver the knot right there. So just be careful. If it slips out of your hand and you're not able to get the knot right next to the bead, take your time to open up and then redo it so that it's nice and even. That'll give you a nice finished look. So here we go again. Bring it all the way, put it in the V. So the more you do, the more better you get at it. That's what is my personal experience. So move the pearl. So it's also very therapeutic. The knotting thing is very therapeutic, and the knotted necklace are perfect for winter sweaters and stuff like that. So, and pearl, in ancient ages, pearl are supposed to be only knotted. They don't use any other cord with pearls because they are considered to be precious, and even if the necklace breaks, you will lose only one pearl and not the entire necklace. It is recommended to re-knot your pearls every couple of years, like at least 6 years, in my opinion. But they say every 2 years or so, if you are wearing it continuously, then you should re-string your pearl necklace. But I don't think so anymore. We wear necklaces every single day, the same ones. So as long as it's good, you can leave it. There we go. So far so good. I will continue knotting it until I finish half of the necklace. So the length also depends totally on your on your choice. It's basically your choice. You can choose how long you want the necklace. Because it's a sweater necklace and it's a pendant necklace, I wanted it to be at least 28 inches long. So that's where I'm looking. So half of it will be 14 inches. I will knot 14 inches of the pearl, and I will come back. So I have knotted almost 12 inches. I didn't go beyond that because I want to add this long tassel so the necklace will become more big, is what I feel, because we need to take into account the clasp length too. So it's not 14, it's 13 actually. It's 13 inches. That's how much I knotted. So then what I did was, then I'm going to use this tassel. This one is a ready-made tassel, but you can make one easily with some thread. And then this has a thing like this to dash these two, so that's kind of useful. And I'm going to use this center bead. So first I'm going to, there is a knot after my pearl, like right here. Then I'm going to add this one, this bead through my cord. Okay, and if I add this bead, as you can see, there is, it will be like this. Can you see that? So I need to do something about it here, because I don't want this to sit like this and like that. So I want to sit it like this. So that means I need to add beads over here. You can add any beads you want. I'm going to add this bead right here, this Picasso bead. I'm thinking of adding this, or I can add this. I will add this. This one is a 6 odd, this one is an 8 odd. This one kind of matches my color combination a little bit more. So I am going to add a little bit of seed beads over there. Just stump some. This one is Miyuki 80 seed bead, Picasso Trans Saffron. That's the bead right here. So I take this off. This one has a bigger hole, so that's also an issue. So I take 2 beads or 3 beads to my needle, bring it down all the way down. Oops, there is a knot over here. Let me take the knot and come back. So I added 3 of the 8 seed beads, the Picasso seed beads, and then I'm gonna go ahead and knot it one more time. When this becomes big, you need to drop the entire thing down. So I would say make the loop bigger and do it this way. Then add your knotting tool inside the loop that you created. Bring it all the way closer to the bead, as close as possible, and try to deliver the knot there. So now let me see if it can hold this bead. This bead has a bigger hole, and that's mainly the problem. Sometimes big hole can be a problem. This is a situation wherein it can. See this? It goes inside, but the seed bead is there to stop. Now I will have a proper V to go back and come inside. Now I'm happy with it. So I will just go through this tassel, the loop in the tassel right here, and then go back through this bead with my needle. So it's easy to pull. There we go. This is how it will look. I kind of like it. this way. So I'm gonna leave it there. Then I'm gonna take my cord, and I have to make a knot here first before adding the seed beads, because we did it the other side too. So now what I'm going to go and do is take my hands, wrap it around, and when you're going to do this, you need to be careful because you have a lot of things to put inside. There we go. And I need to drop this entire thing. Plus my beads. Okay. Now I take my knotting tool, put it into the loop, bring it all the way right here, put it on top of the V right there, and deliver the knot. There we go. Now add the beads. 3 seed beads is all I have here. I'm not going to add any more. It's just for the V shape that I want after the pearl, and the center one right here. So that's kind of looking good. Now I do this, and what I can do is I can just knot it this way. I take the needle off here. I'm not knotting with the pearls on. I'm going to knot it this way so that it's easier for me to go in. I don't want to go in with the pendant and the pearl all at the same time for every single pass. That would be really painful. So here we go. I'm going to move the knot all the way here, and then I am going to deliver the knot right next to the bead. There we go. From now on, I will add the pearl and do the knot. That's okay for me. I don't want to put the entire thing inside and out. So I leave it here. So that's nice and secure for me. And now I add one pearl at a time and knot. So this is what I found easier, but if you like to do the entire thing, you can do it otherwise also. So now I do the knot, bring my thread inside, okay, just like so. Add my knotting cord, knotting tool, bring it all the way close to the pearl. Make sure it's close. See this? There we go. So I will continue knotting until I reach the length I already did the other side, and I'll meet you guys back. So this is the last bead pearl I'm gonna add to knot. So that's the same length as the other side. So here I go. I make a loop, take my cord with the needle into the loop, leave the knot over there, put my knotter tool all inside and bring it all the way close, keep it in the V, just deliver the knot as close as possible. Now I have this. So after this, what I'm going to do is I am going to take my bead tip or clamshell, and I'm going to go from here. Okay, now I have to make a knot, couple of knots on top of each other so that the knot is big enough and it doesn't escape through the hole of the bead tip. So now here again I use my bead awl in the knotter tool. I bring it all the way close here, and keep it over there, and then deliver the knot. So this knot has to be big enough, so I'm just going to make one more. Okay, and then do the same. Bring the knot close to the bead tip, and then deliver it on top. So now you can check if it is going up or down. So I will do one more or two more knots. You can also do it with your fingers by bringing it all the way here. And so now the bead tip is not coming, so we can stop our knotting, or if you want, you can do one more knot. So there we go. I'm just going to do one more just in case, and try and deliver the knot on top of the other knot. It's a little bit tricky, but you can do it. So I put the knot, put my tweezer nose pliers and hold the knot where I want it to be, and then bring it down carefully right there, and then push it down. You can use your tweezers also if you want, or you can use your pliers. Tighten that down. So I will actually put a drop of glue here, and then let it dry, and then only I will cut it. But so you can use GS Hypo Cement or bead stringing glue, whichever you have available, over the knot, generous amount. Nicely drench it with the glue on both sides so that the knot doesn't come off. Do the same on the other side where we started. This is to ensure that the knot doesn't come undone. Now we need to let it dry and add the clasp to it. So over here, what I will do is I will just leave it like that. Take my pliers and close the clamshell shut. I'll snip off the thread later, but this is how I close my clamshell. This looks like a bead. And you have two loops in the clamshell wherein you will add your jump ring and attach your clasp to this. I have chosen this clasp to be my clasp. So you take a jump ring, two jump rings, I like to use bent nose pliers and tweezer nose pliers to open and close my jump ring. Hold it with your pliers and then open this up. Add this to the clamshell tip, and then take your other jump ring and then close it tight. Then over here, do the same. I haven't closed the clamshell yet, so what I will do is I will put the knot inside the clamshell and hold it like that. Take my pliers and then push the clamshell shut. making sure that the knot goes inside. And then that's it. I'll snip off the cord later once the glue is dry. I will not do it right now. I will let the glue dry for at least 8 hours to 24 hours, and then I will cut the cord off. I'm adding my other end of my clasp. This clasp I got from bbcraft.com. It is not an affiliate link or so. I'm not getting paid for telling this. It's just that I bought it from there. That's about it. So here we go. I still have this much silk cord left, which I can use for a bracelet or another necklace or whatever you want to work with. So when I cut it, the needle is still attached here, and I will take this tag and again wind this cord here so that I can use it for the next time. So that's it. Our project is done. Our necklace, knotted necklace with clamshell. So I'll use my pliers to open this loop a bit. It's way too tight. And now, there we go. That's our necklace. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos almost every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.